history of TvP is very intriguing, actually, because back in the days of Wings of Liberty and so on, you know, Terran used to be the player that had to out-expand the Protoss while the Protoss stayed defensive and teched up. Nowadays, it's kind of the opposite. The Protoss out-expands the Terran, and it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting how that kind of took a big 180. That's the top left-hand side. Our red Terran player. We've got O'Gaming's MarineLorD. He's been very cheeky in his TvPs lately. A lot of early aggression. A lot of early aggression. A lot of proxy play. I saw him in, we cast him in the IEM qualifiers. If you watch those games, he was really aggro in those with lots of proxies against Hero. He actually played a 5-game series against Hero. Obviously, it was European server and Hero's playing from Korea, so latency comes into that. But in general, MarineLorD's been dangerous, so it's going to be fun to see how he does against Hellraiser, who really actually, since MarineLorD sort of left StarCraft 2 and then came back, but in that sort of time, Hellraiser has actually become a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I think the talking point of Hellraiser in 2018 was his Clash Invitational run, where he almost made it to the offline finals in a group with, like, Serral and Lambo. It was ridiculous. Like, this group was insane. The fact Hellraiser finished up in second place was third place and just missed the offline finals was extremely impressive. It was a hell of a run through a big tournament and lots of games played. And he's been one to watch out for since then. We've been seeing him in a good few online tournaments. He's taking part in a home story cup or two. So he's definitely one of the newer faces to the scene in terms of Protoss players in Europe. MarineLorD is maybe one of the newer faces to the scene if you guys have just started watching around Legacy of the Void or so, or a little bit after then. Again, MarineLorD was one of the best Terran players we ever had in Europe. He went 5-0 against Korea in the Nation Wars finals, for example. He was always one of the best. So MarineLorD, in a little while since he played again. I mean, he's been playing again for a few months now. But if you're just starting to get back into StarCraft or something, like, oh, I remember MarineLorD. He was gone for the game for quite a while. He went to play Overwatch, and unfortunately that didn't work out for him. So he's come back to StarCraft 2, and again, he's been absolutely killing it since he came back to StarCraft 2. He's had some great runs in some tournaments. Has just been doing very well in general. Didn't do as great at Home Story Cup, which was his first offline event again since returning. And I kind of really felt he was going to do well at Home Story Cup because he was killing it on the ladder. We cast him in a couple of online tournaments and he was beating everybody up as well. Which was kind of crazy as we are going to be seeing this. Reaper grabbing a probe. And another probe going to get picked up as well. So Reaper actually gets a couple of kills here early. We've been following this around as he took a little while to go scout around the map. And back at home as he gets his couple of Marines on the way, he goes straight into the tech lab on the factory post Widowmine. So this will be a medevac from the starport. He expanded on the high ground as well, playing very safely here. There has been some issues which Blizzard have addressed in the balance patch notes, stating that it's very hard to actually take a low ground CC. That's why we see a lot of proxy play and just plays that keep the Protoss at home. And then you kind of expand a little bit later as Terran, because just expanding early is difficult. And expanding high ground, you do lose some time floating down to the low ground. It doesn't seem significant, but when you add it up in a pro game scenario, it actually becomes quite noticeable. Excuse me. Viking is about to pop out. I mean, honestly, it's a good setup here. You've got the Widowmine there. You've got 6 Marines against a couple of Adepts in the Oracle. With the Viking as well, he really shouldn't take any damage at all to this. And so Hellraiser will not find his way in. Ooh, and a Widowmine out the front. That caught our crossplay a little bit off guard. That Oracle getting shut down. Great positioning. Catches that Oracle as he tries to get out of there. And the Adepts, they will catch and kill the Widowmine, but absolutely worth to lose a Widowmine to kill the Oracle. I mean, the Oracle is something which now, with only 2, with what was meant to be 2 Oracles, it's now 1 Oracle. I mean, another one builds, and maybe he wanted 3 Oracles in the first place to one-shot SCVs slash Marines. But maybe he just wants the 2 because the single Oracle nowadays doesn't do much at all against Terran. I mean, it's okay for Revelations, but beyond Revelating, you're not going to get anything done. So, it's pretty nasty as you do see the combat shield upgrade starting up from MarineLorD on this rack, so he does get that going as well. And a couple of gates for Twilight Council, all of this coming down here from Hellraiser. As we continue on through this, still those couple of Oracles just hanging out, just out from the natural. So unfortunate Twilight coming up on the back of the natural here. We see a few more probes coming into mine. As you do see the couple of Vikings going to get some damage done to the Phoenix. And the Phoenix just showing up to try and help out a little bit. He doesn't continue to build Phoenix. In fact, he builds another Oracle, which I'm not sure how another Oracle is going to help him deal with this push. MarineLorD getting combat shields for this as well. So I've been trying to push like this similar early today in TvP, and I've really been struggling to make it work because I'm probably doing it very wrong. But with a couple of Vikings, it's actually surprising how much they add to this. He goes into Liberator beyond it. Obviously no medevacs just yet. And he's got the SCVs too. We'll see if the SCVs want to bunker up, because we have seen lately a whole bunch of styles of TvP where you actually start to just push forwards with bunkers. Bunkers act as a bit of a wall-off as well. First bunker has to cancel, but now the tanks start dealing damage. The Adept shaded in. I mean, the Oracles dive on top of this, but with combat shields, these Marines do a very good job. Hellraiser just does not have enough. Having lost that first Oracle and going from there, it just now available. Nurture and Geralt just got started, so again, we're not going to do too many updates or anything. But as you can see in the bottom right corner, that is Nurture and Geralt underway. They literally just started game number 1. So when I was talking about how it'd be cool just to jump into MarineLorD and Hellraiser, because, you know, I feel like Nurture and Geralt might not get very, you know, had to veto and so on, we literally saw an entire game that we would have otherwise been waiting for. So that's getting started up. Again, we'll bring you guys updates and so on from that as they go. I know these WCS qualifiers obviously get very hectic. They get very busy. Loads of action going on and loads of games happening. And that's why we try and double screen it up for you sometimes, so that you guys can see what's happening, see where it's happening, just try and follow as much of the action as possible. So that is our plans. We have, let's introduce our players in this TvP, which is what we're going to focus on. We better get going, because I think this is going to be a Ghost Rush. MarineLorD, our blue Terran in the top right, is up against the red Protoss from Wolf's Lair in the bottom left. MarineLorD. Hellraiser. Sorry, apologies. Just reading Twitch chat for a moment there. Yeah, Raynor is not in the bracket today, which is interesting. It's very interesting. He didn't qualify for ladder Eve. I wonder if he just couldn't play today, so he's going to wait until one of the later qualifiers. I mean, there's 2 more qualifiers after this. Obviously, today is going to be the hardest, as that barracks does just lift up to make a tech lab. So this is going to be a Marauder. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I didn't actually see this racks on this side of the map. Okay, that's my bad. That's me just being very one-track minded on the second racks over here. So he's going to go Concussive Shell Marauder, but he'll have some Marines to push with as well from this racks over here. And it really helps to sell the idea that this is, yes, not an expansion, but it is potentially, well, maybe it is even, because that probe doesn't get to the high ground, right? So without the high ground vision, he doesn't know it's not an expansion. Because in the last game, MarineLorD built his expansion on the high ground as well. So in terms of the course of this series, Hellraiser might not be expecting anything all too crazy here. Might just be expecting an expansion all over again. Obviously, this is anything but. With that Concussive Shell Marauder play coming through again, the Marines, a couple of them will add in from the top side. And that just really does come in to help out quite a bit. And as you see, another Marine also about to pop up in the next few moments. Probe of Hellraiser being chrono boosted out. Going to be seeing the Sentry still just hanging out here as well. And here we go. The Marauders, Marines, and a few SCVs coming forward. So the SCVs going to try and do a little bit of attacking, as there really isn't anything here at all. The shield barrier is not ready. I do wonder if Hellraiser just sort of expected this to be something a bit different than what it ended up being, as this pylon already starting to go down. Double bunker at the front. The 2 Marauders and the 2 Marines are straight on that Nexus. Now, obviously, MarineLorD has not expanded yet, so killing the Nexus is still probably going to be good for him. Let's not lie, right? Because killing the Nexus means he's going to take that down. All of a sudden, there's no natural, and you're probably going to expand before the expansion of the Force Player comes back online. But it's not game-ending just yet from Hellraiser. If a Robo up, there is some kind of counter potential if you get a Warp Prism or so. So we'll see what his choice is going to be there in just a few moments. SCV comes in, gets picked off quickly. Stimpack from MarineLorD is going to get built as well. I mean, he has that Tech Lab Rex. This is such a risky Stimpack build. Like, yeah, how risky do you want to make it? It's crazy. And as you see, the few Marines just gathering together here, just sitting on this natural. They're not going across the map just yet, just in case there's something like a Stargate in the main. Then an Oracle might arrive. He needs something to be able to defend at home. Obviously, MarineLorD's vision is very limited to just the natural. Oh, well, you know, he did actually see the robo, so maybe I should shut up a little bit. Seeing the robo, then I actually am intrigued as to what he's thinking. Maybe he just doesn't want to... I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting, I guess, because I guess why wouldn't you rally then? Maybe he's afraid of the Warp Prism. I guess that is maybe the biggest threat to him right now. If a Warp Prism comes across the map, he doesn't have much at home to defend it. Expanding on the high ground as well, so eventually his expansion again will be coming down faster than the expansion of his opponent. A few Marines and Marauders just trickling back up to the top right side. And it looks like he's pretty much given up the chase here, MarineLorD. He's still left a couple units in the bunker, and he still has Stim over here, so this barracks is so important for him. But it looks like Hellraiser is going to be allowed to take his expansion in a moment. It's the right sort of time, because Hellraiser's got this prism, so he has the kind of extra mobility to move out of this if he wants to. Those units leave, and they'll just start backing away. Bunkers, actually, one of them will not salvage, but the other one will, so he gets some money back on that. And as we do just see, Marauder and the Marine just going to be chased down slowly but surely. Again, they'll go down, but it's about in time. He's bringing the cross units the wrong way as well. They're not likely to run into the stim pack over here. Even start combat shields on the proxy to barracks. Oh my god. Units are heading up to the top right hand side. Hellraiser looking to apply a little bit further pressure. Still got this bio from MarineLorD just chilling out as the Snake Phoenix goes down. He's got a tank as well though. With the bunker, I kind of like it. He's even got a bunker on the high ground to fall back to. I really like MarineLorD's setup at the moment. Looks really, really good for him as we see some extra units just finishing warping in. I also love the fact he's got combat shields building on just the wrong side of the map. That's really something as we do see the prism. We're making an attempt into the main base. The rest of the units are going to try and make an attempt towards the front, perhaps. He hallucinates an immortal in this. He wants to tank any damage. Marines stim in. Oh man, they get straight on top of the prism, and they push the prism very far away, so these units will not be able to be picked back up. With the tanks on the low ground here, MarineLorD is going to be able to turn Hellraiser away in an instant. Hellraiser not going to be able to push up here and do anything. I mean, he killed about 3 SCVs with the attack in the main, but it cost him so very much. I mean, the prism got out of there, but it cost him the Immortal and a couple of other gateway units he dropped in. Really expensive. Colossus on the way out of this facility. Going to be coming down towards the natural. Stalker's able to pick up a Marine, and again, just going to be seeing Hellraiser here. Just gathering his units up together, ready to go. Geralt just took down Nurture in game number 1, by the way. Quick update from that series. He came in with a couple of Adepts and a couple of Oracles and killed 15 plus workers. Geralt has knocked Nurture down a map in Nurture's first series of the day, because Nurture got a bye in the first round as one of the highest seeded players. He hasn't been doing so great lately. Back to the TvP though, great force fields. Actually get a lot done, but the tag shots blow up those sentries. Oh man, well, obviously a lot of bio was still lost, but the tanks there really making a bit of a comeback from that. That was a little bit rough, as we do see the Marine coming out from MarineLorD, just going to be still setting up with more units at home. Third CC gets started now, as he'll have just the second racks about to jump on over towards this tech lab for the stim pack. Again, just going to be seeing this little bit of a bio army from MarineLorD gathering together here. A couple of tanks, the Liberator, the whole shebang ready to move forwards a little bit. Still no stim, still no, not many further upgrades to talk about. I forget that this barracks over here has been around. It's, you know, no +1 or anything on this pro side of things. I mean, okay, he's getting charge and +1. It's not here yet, so it's just the mini Colossus trying to make this happen. He does have extended thermal for the Colossus. He only has 1, so he never actually made a second Colossus for quite a while. That's a cancel on the third base. MarineLorD getting some good damage done. I just love that this barracks is still over here. This observer sees it, by the way, and MarineLorD has literally been using it the entire game. Again, when I saw this Rax here, I was like, oh man, he's only just got his second Rax. But of course, forgetting momentarily about the way that this game started. Another tank on the low ground, bunkers coming up. Again, when you set up in a position like this, the bunkers help so much to sort of soak some damage and to just wall off the rest of your units. I mean, on the other side, we see a red dot. It's simply an observer, which is just hanging out in the natural expansion. Trying to watch out for things, but the real issue was this attack getting ready to come in at the front. Foxes do good damage to the bio, of course, in this situation, but the tanks are very good. And that's the issue. The tanks just shell away from the distance. Okay, you have to cancel the bunkers, but still. Looks pretty okay here for the moment. So this army just chilling out up the ramp on the natural. Couple of losses going down to the low ground here. Viking gets picked off by a couple of stalkers. And this disruptor shot going to come in. We'll get a marine and whale mine, but then a scan instantly comes through to kill the observer. MarineLorD stims in a little bit, catches a couple units as they head up the ramp. Just a couple stalker kills. I mean, behind all of this, his third CC is down and in position. Hellraiser going to try and take an expansion to the left side here. Something MarineLorD doesn't see, otherwise it would be cancelled in an instant. He has the units to hold Hellraiser off, so Hellraiser kind of getting away with this for a moment. There's the bio now pushing in. Probe goes down instantly, and we are going to be seeing the Nexus found and cancelled. Across the map, though, DTs show up, and suddenly that's something that MarineLorD wasn't immediately prepared for. No missile turrets really around in all the positions he needed them in. Hasn't on a second starport. Scan comes in, and, well, Prism does its job of lifting those DTs up and keeping them alive. Oh no, but the Prism runs in towards a missile turret, and so the DTs actually will be able to get some more kills, but will end up taking some damage here. Ooh, loses two. Nice target fire on the lower health one to make sure he got something out of that. So two DTs down, but 18 workers. It's still expensive, though, because it was 2 DTs and a Prism. Yes, it hurts MarineLorD, but MarineLorD is also up a base, so rebuilding workers is obviously also a lot easier for MarineLorD here. Disruptor shot again, doesn't do much. +1 armor just about to finish up from MarineLorD, and again, pushing down to the bottom left-hand side. We've got a few Vikings just out overhead, the tank firing away a simulator, taking some damage. This Disruptor of Hellraiser just chilling out on the natural. Bio come forwards. Ooh, picks that Disruptor off just like that. As you are going to be seeing Hellraiser still just hanging out on the natural expansion. Again, tank still firing away. We're going to see the Bio stimming in. Zealots and Archon taking some damage here. I mean, MarineLorD just in such a big concave to begin with, and now these Marauders can just jump in on the left side as well. He's got Vikings in the sky. MarineLorD will continue to advance through the winning bracket here.